Good evening. Christina Cisonia has demonstrated three significant points about the importance of amnesty, and that is regards to the economy, American security, and our American values. On the economy, we've shown a case where the undocumented literally were part of the economic dynamic, where they were taken out and the city came to a halt. If officials and anti-immigrant groups regretted the enforcement and changed the policy due to the consequences they had experienced. If that's not enough, I'll tell you, we have another case where the very same thing happened. In Riverside, New Jersey, as told in a Newsday by David Kalik, who works for think tank Fiscal Policy Institute, and I quote, "A minority of vocal individuals in the town pushed through a series of aggressive anti-immigrant laws, mandating fines for anyone who hired, rented to, or in any way aided an undocumented immigrant. Guess what? The laws were passed and enforced, and as the opponents proposed, they should do, and guess what happened? Quote, "Within months of the law being passed, businesses closed, the main streets emptied out." The New York Times reported this, and it reported significance on this. In their article titled, "Town Rethinks Laws Against Immigrants," in 2007, it was stated that, and I quote, "With the departure of so many people, the local economy suffered. Hair salons, restaurants, and corner shops that catered to the immigrants saw businesses plummet. Several closed. Once boarded up storefronts downtown were boarded up again." So you see, there is a significant role that illegal immigrants play. To look at these cases and to say it's not, I think you're just being dismissive. We are living in a recession. We are fighting multiple wars. And we owe more money now as a nation than we ever have. Not only will deportation cost us economically, but the process itself will cost us money. Christine pointed out that we need every single law enforcement. We simply do not have the logistical capability of doing so without jeopardizing our focus on everyday domestic issues like burglary, theft, murder, etc. Hindsight is 2020. After seeing places enforcing deportation all of a sudden shut down and become the ghost town that they became after such enforcement of law, you cannot honestly sit here and tell us that such people play an insignificant role in our economy. Maybe you can argue that's something theoretical and hypothetical and that looks great on paper, but folks, the stuff has happened, and the consequences were very real. So what evidence do you have to suggest to the contrary, but something hypothetical? That's the contrary to reality. Let's look at security. We need to understand one fundamental thing about populations. All people commit crimes, and yes, even Americans, believe it or not. We cannot point at a minority of illegal immigrants committing crimes and say, "See, they are criminals." Or we could do that with Americans and say, and point out to people who committed crimes, Americans, and say, "See, Americans are criminals." So you cannot refer to just a fraction of population activity and make it representative of everyone. It may be true that a fraction of the population engage in criminal activity, but it's not representative of all or even the majority. Also, on security, once granted amnesty, they'd be able to apply for driver's licenses. Through the process, they gain the privilege of driving by demonstrating that they can safely drive around and have proven that they understand traffic laws, like all of us do under normal circumstances. And let's touch up on values here. Some would argue that because these undocumented people broke the law and migrated here, they are rendered as criminals and follow with the argument that we don't want criminals here. This is a technocratic view. Yes, this is true. Technically, yes, all of these people are criminals in that sense. But let's not cross wires and put them in the same category, in the same immoral category that we eventually put criminals in. Remember, the majority came here for a better life. You are telling me that someone would risk their own lives, subject themselves to a slow death out in the desert, or being shipped in cargo bins just for business, or just to come and cause crime. These people actually believe there is hope here in the United States, and that's what they sought, not to be a criminal, but to find honest work. How can you put them in the category of people with ill intentions, who kill, steal, or rape? Our forefathers founded this nation when they weren't satisfied with the conditions in their native lands. They established this place to be different and offer opportunities that weren't granted to them in their native lands. Are we divorcing ourselves from these American values? That's an important question that I think we all need to raise. So it's important and significant to our economy and to our security, and we question fundamental values, American values, when we say we want to deport these illegal immigrants. Opportunity, not amnesty, has been a dominant force to why people have come to America. I yield the floor to this point.